This is a tutorial on running the raid farm on the LMAO server. The location of the raid farm can be seen in the top left of my screen. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you two ways of running the raid farm. The first being using your standard auto clicker, and the second being using mods within the game in order to help click and hold down your mouse buttons. Now, before you can think about running the raid farm, you're going to want to make sure that you have a good enough sword first. It should be something similar to what I have here, being diamond or netherite with a high level of sharpness and sweeping edge. This is so that you are able to kill the raiders in one hit, as if you are not, the evokers will end up aggroing on you and summoning vexes which will end up attacking and killing you. It should have a high level of looting, which is optional, although highly recommended, as not having looting will lead to your drops being much lower. Of course, you will need mending if you don't want your sword to break. And finally, you are not able to use a sword which has fire aspect or knockback on it, as it will end up breaking the farm. Now then, after swimming up the water stream, the first thing you should do is set your spawn right here. This is so that if you end up dying, you'll spawn down right back here and be able to access your stuff again. Now going up this ladder, you're going to see some stuff that looks pretty confusing, but you can ignore most of it. Open this dropper and take around, 10, 15 of these ominous bottles, and then place them in your offhand. Now, as I mentioned before, the first method I'm going to be showcasing is using an auto clicker, and specifically Blur auto clicker is the one I will be using. Now, if you're on Windows, you'll be able to open Blur auto clicker twice, and this is needed as you're going to need to be able to use your left and your right mouse buttons at the same time. Now, to configure them, for your first instance, you're going to want to have 1 click per second of your left mouse button at a click duration of 1% at a speed variation of 0%. And for your second one, it should be your right mouse button. You're going to switch this to delay at around 10 hours per click, or a really long time. I just have mine set at 10 hours. Click duration at 100%, speed variation at 0%, and finally, for your hotkey, you're going to want to make sure it's the exact same so that you're able to start both of them at the exact same time. We can move this off to the side and go back to the farm. You're going to notice this lever right here on this redstone lamp. You're going to want to flick it, and you'll notice this dropper firing, and that there are now banners flowing through this water. That means the farm is on. You will enter the kill chamber and press the hotkey that you set for Blur auto clicker while aiming at this post coming out of the armor stand. And all you have to do now is wait. Alright, now you should notice that raiders are falling a lot faster and a lot more consistently. This means the farm is up to full speed. You will notice that your hunger will begin to deplete after a short while, so you're going to have to keep coming back in order to eat until someone places a beacon here. Now, when you want to stop the farm, you have to press your hotkey again to disable the auto clicker, in which case you can walk away, take the almonds bottles out, put them back in here, and you can go down here to the collection. The raiders will stop falling by themselves after the raid cycle has completed, and you'll notice these chests here where you can find all of the loot. The emeralds are automatically crafted into emerald blocks, same with the redstone, and the totems are at the very end. If you notice that the totems begin to run out, flip the switch which activates the totem filter. The reason it's kept off most of the time is because the note block end up there constantly plays, which can get pretty annoying pretty quick, so you have to flick this to on. Also make sure you come back up here and switch the farm off when you are done using it. Now then, as I mentioned before, there's one more way to run the farm, and that is using mods. Now, the specific mods we will be using are Malalib, and Tweakeroo. Now then, to open the Tweakeroo menu, you press X and C at the same time. So X and C, and you're going to come up to all and search periodic, and this will show you most of the settings we need. So first, find periodic attack interval, set this to 25. Come down and you'll see tweak periodic attack, bind that to a key. I have that set to delete. Now, you're going to search up, hold and you're going to come down, tweak, hold, use, set that to a key, and that's all you need to do. Now then, remember those keys that you set? You're going to come over to the dropper, take out your almonds bottles, place them in your offhand, same steps as before, but now you're going to first press the key for hold, use. See at the bottom it says tweak, hold, use, enabled, and then the second key for tweak periodic attack, and that will start up the thing. Of course, you have to start the farm in order to use it. But yeah, other than that, it's exactly the same as before, except this time instead of using an auto clicker, we're using mods to run the farm. Now then, one more thing that I want to mention before we end the video is that the most common issue that people have when using this farm is they accidentally open this trapdoor and fall down here and get stuck. All you gotta do is place a block and climb out, and then just break that block, close the trapdoor. It's that simple. The second issue is that when people end up dying, their stuff falls in here. All you gotta do is open that trapdoor, crouch, walk in, grab your stuff, crouch, jump up, walk back out, and close it. And anyways, that's how to use the farm. If you have any issues or if the farm does end up breaking, you can ping me on Discord and just wait for me to respond, and I'll fix it myself. Do not attempt to fix any major issues with the farm by yourself. Leave it to me. Just don't touch anything else.